I don't use corporal discipline with other people's kids, just as I would prefer them not to use it on mine.
Hi, this is Mindy Roberts from themommyblog.net. Here's an interesting question for you. Talking about disciplining other people's children. When is it okay? When is it not okay? Has anybody ever made prior arrangements? Anybody ever had this discussion before getting into a relationship with another parent? Anybody have ground rules at their house? You know, it's a sticky situation. One thing I've always said, it's true now, always has been true, ever will be true. I will always treat your children as I do my own. That also means that I will send them home if they get out of hand.
Mindy, I like your rule, and in fact, I like it so much I have the same rule in my home. When my kids bring their friends over, I expect their friends to mind their P's and Q's in my house. I just do. I don't tolerate misbehavior. I don't tolerate rudeness. There's a difference between a kid being a kid and a kid just misbehaving because no one has taken the time to check that behavior. There have been times when I have asked kids to leave my house. And I've called their parents and I've told them, you know what, it's just not working out.
Heck yeah, I think I'm gonna discipline any kid who's on my watch, who's getting out of hand. I think as parents, we have to be able to rely on each other to maintain basic rules of decorum and behavior. I think that's a good thing.
Only once, I've one time had to call a parent and say, take your kid home. And to my son's credit, he had told me, don't schedule a play date with this girl. It was a girl he was in preschool with. She wanted a play date with him. He was like, I don't want to play date with her. She's going to be trouble. He knew it. He called it. And she came to our house and she was a holy mess.
I had one, and this is a true story. Your kid is running around my house, kicking my plaster walls and leaving black marks on my plaster walls with his shoes, and that's just completely not cool, and I've asked him 3 times to stop, and I'm just not doing it anymore. And of course I say it a little bit nicer than that.
We've had situations from a child being outside and squirting a hose into the living room while I was here inside working, or making inappropriate comments about toddler sister's anatomy, or just being too loud or ramshackle, or you know, in general, rude, ganging up on the other siblings. That's not okay.
Sometimes my kids are actually more receptive to hearing certain things from other people than they are from me. Other people have a way of communicating that my kids are not habituated to like they are with me. They know all my lines. And it's good to hear them from another parent sometimes.
Because it's one thing for you to tell your child and his friend not to do something, and then you say, okay, well, if you're going to, you know, abuse this toy or hit each other with your wiffle ball bats, and we're going to take the bats away. It's different if it's not followed through by another parent, if another parent just makes like empty threats.
What do you guys do? Are you ever afraid to discipline somebody's child? Do you let another child get away with more than you would let your child get away with?
It's not so much discipline, but like, learn to behave in society, kids. You gotta learn. You gotta learn how to get along. And that's only gonna help the kid. And if the parent resents that, that's not the parent you wanna be, you know, having your kid go over his house for. My grammar just completely went, boo! 1,000 English teachers are weeping.
Join the Momversation at momversation.com.